interface you are using
What's that?
for Python?
The Jupyter notebook.
Okay, same thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Uh, actually, we'll also learn machine learning. In machine learning, when I was using API,
Okay.
at that time I feel that Jupyter notebook in some there's some problem in Jupyter notebook.
Uh,
So that's why I will switch to Google Colab that time.
okay,
That's why
okay.
that's why I was asking that day why you are not using Google Colab.
Yeah, Google Clap also we will use it. Don't worry. But we start with the Jupyter notebook. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Jupyter. There's actually there's no
Sir,
difference.
sir, you are right. At the beginning, Jupyter Notebook is much better than Google Colab due to Gemini.
Hmm.
You are right, sir.
Yes, yes.
For beginners, Jupyter Notebook is better. That's because all the beginners at least think why this error will come.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, Pile is also asking about the VS Code. Yes, Pile, VS Code is also there. We can use it. But actually, for the beginners, okay, uh, Jupyter Notebook is fine because text definitions, mathematical expressions, along with the code and their outputs are on the same page. So Jupyter is fine. And when we have some expertise over all these things, the libraries and the writing the code, then after actually VS Code is specifically to develop some software or device or mobile application. Okay, for that purpose, it is fine. Okay, so before the learning purpose, we can easily start by using mm, Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so easily we can handle it. Otherwise, if we will start to use VS Code, so we have to establish and all the packages which we are required. For the beginners, it becomes some challenge. Okay, so easily when we are familiar all type of the libraries, then after we can switch on VS Code also. Okay, so the yesterday I share with you some files, and I hope that specifically chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, right? So some of these files, two files I covered, and one file was pending there. I asked you to complete it yourself. So how many people from you are background from the computer science? Anyone from computer science background? Okay, fine. Okay, you are from computer background. Okay, that's why you are asking about VS Code. Yeah, papers from computer background usually they use VS Code. Hmm.
But sir, it's my opinion. I'm using VS Code in only in few programming languages.
In
I don't know why in some programming languages. Most of the people uses VS Code, but
yes.
I was using in some of the programming language. Other basically for .NET, I
Hmm.
will use.
Yeah, on the VS Code we can run all type of the program what we need. Okay, we are just required to integrate, and then after we can use VS Code to okay. So there is no problem to run any type of the programming. So mostly
Something.
yeah, having the background computer science or BTech student, okay, to develop some device or application, many languages are required, so they can use that. Okay, a host tools for share remove from toolbar. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen. My screen is visible, and yes, so I open this one. Anyone have any challenge to use this Jupyter notebook? Anyone, please? So this is my download directory. Okay, from the download, I have the file chapter 1, chapter 2 we have covered. First, I want to open this one. Okay, so all of you have covered control flow, condition statement, and loop. I shared this file yesterday in the chat WhatsApp group. Is there any doubt related to this file?
No, sir. No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
you have covered. Okay, there are some other participants. I think they don't have computer background. I am asking from all the participants. Please reply. Ish Mohammed, Somaskar, Dr. Kavita Madam, Gunesh Kumar, Dr. Shyam Sundar. Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
I am asking if you have any doubt related to this file.
No, sir.
No?
No.
Okay, it's fine. If there is no doubt, so if there is any chance, I will ask questions from your side whenever I need. Okay. So what is function? Please let me know what is function. Actually, in the Python, there are, if we say simply, the function have association between the two variable. Okay, one is independent and other is dependent. Okay, so independent we can have any value, and corresponding to that we have the output value. Okay, so if according to definition we talk in Python, a function is the named block of a code designed to perform a specific task, and functions allows us to break your program into smaller modules, pieces, improving the readability, reusability, and debugging. Okay, so in Python we can have several types, just like built-in functions. So some functions are built in the Python which we can use directly. In Python means all type of the libraries, just like NumPy, which we are going to use, SciPy is there, Matplotlib is there, Pandas is there. Okay, so all type of the libraries have there are some on and built functions, and all these libraries completely based on Python. Okay, so the inbuilt functions we can use directly, which are predefined function provided by Python. Just like you can see, we are using print. We can use print for any value. Okay, len, this is used for to get the length of any vector or array. Okay, type, this return the some type of the class of the object or the variable. Max we are using for to get the maximum value. Sum we have to get the sum of the any vector or any. Okay, so all these are inbuilt functions and we can use them directly. There is no issue to use. Okay, so here you can see the example, just like we can this the length. Okay, Meher Chand, this is the list, this is the string. Okay, and when we are using this len function, so this will give us the length of this string. Okay, so you can see here the length is 11. So here is space. If I will remove the space, and again when I will run the code, you can see it is 10. So space is also one character. Okay, here to as you can see MEHARCHAND. If there is a space, that is also count as a one character when we get the length. Okay, so in the list whatever we have, this will count everything. Okay, so here you can see the length of this string is 10. And similarly, you can see here we have one list. Okay, why you can say that this is a list? Because in the list we are using square bracket. Okay, 1 comma 2 comma 3 and so on. And we store inside x variable, and when you will use this one, this will return the control and enter. These are 10. And similarly, we can use minimum, maximum. All these are inbuilt functions. Okay, and here we have s is equal to sum. Okay, what is x? X is this one. Okay, where we store the value. Gaurav, you want to say something?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Your mic is unmuted. That's why I am asking.
No, sir. No problem.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So here you can see we are using the sum function for this one. Okay. S is equal to sum of x, and then the value will store inside this variable. And we are using print function here to print the value. Okay. And then after we are calculating mean. Mean will be equal to sum of x upon length of x. And then we can print control and as you can see. So this will return the total sum of x. Okay, that is 5, and the mean of this is 5.5 when you will divide it by 10. Okay, so all these are inbuilt function which are predefined, and we can use them directly. So this type of the function will be available in all type of the libraries which we are using. And now then after we have the user defined function. So when the functions which are not available in Python, so that's why we are required to create them. Okay, so here you can see how we can write a user defined function according to the need. Here is the example you can see. Okay, find the square of any number. So what we do, we will start by using definition, DEF. Then space, we will put the name of the function. Okay, we want to create a function for square of any value, any number. So this is the, you can assign any name at the place. Okay, so we are using square because we can easily recognize this function we are create for to get the square of any number. X is input argument, then result. Okay, result is somewhat what we want to get. Okay, so X you can use like 2 times product, or you can use in this way also X product X. Okay, this is also X square. Okay, then return what the operation which we apply at the place, that is to return the value, put here result, or either you can use in the single line also. So this is the way how you can write the function, and then after we can call the function. We can use for various type of the operation. We are not required to define and write the function again and again. Just we are required to call the function. Okay, just like you can see here, if we want to calculate the square of 1, control and enter. Oh, 1 is missing. Okay, here value is missing. Control and enter. Okay, so here 2, control and enter. 5, control and okay. So we are required to use only this one. We are not required to write this function again and again. Okay, so once you are able to write the function, then after we can use the function which we define for our purpose. Okay, so we can extend this function and also you can use the same just like I comment this line. Okay, so I can use this part here in the place of result. Now your function is into line. We have the same output. We have same output. Okay. Definition and then return what you want. Okay. So in this way also you can use it. Okay. Just like you can see here, there is one more example for better understanding. Okay. So here greet, this is the greeting function. Greet. Here you will put the name and what you want to return, hello. Then plus name. Name is this one. Okay. So we want to combine the string in different parts. So this is the one string. Okay. And this is the another string. Okay. So the name which you will put here also one string and will be add at a place. So plus and plus you will use the sign to combine this entire string. Okay. Just like if I will use the name value and in the place of greet function, I call the greet here and I put the name as a string. Okay, name will be always in the form of string. Okay, so now when I will use here, if I will put here other name, just like I am using here Meher. Okay, so this is the dynamic. Automatically, this will change according to what we put here. Okay, just we are required to give the input of the name. And here is also the other operations you can write for addition, subtraction, multiplication, sequence, whatever you need. Just like you can see here, we write the function to add the two values. Definition, then add A comma B. Two inputs are required. If you need three input, you can use A comma B comma C. If you are required four input, you can use A comma B comma C comma D. Okay, so here this is a very simple example we are using here. What we should return A plus B. Okay, then we can call this function, and then we are using here 8, 10, 5. We are using these two value and then print. If you are taking here this value, okay, control and enter. So very simple to way. So in the place of plus, you can use any operator. You can extend in your own thought what you think and what type of the calculation you need. So all type of the function you can create by using this operation. Only at this place you have to write your operation, and operation can be any type of the calculation or computing part or scientific calculation. Okay, anything which you need we can do, we can write. So this type of the functions are user defined, which we have to write according to our need. Here is one more example, add sequence. Okay, so what is sequence? Can you please let me know what is the sequence? What is the meaning of sequence? Yes, please. Yeah, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. We can have 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. Okay, then we need to find out the sum of the terms of the sequence. That is series. Okay, if we have any type of the sequence, and when we add the terms of the sequence, then it becomes series. Okay, so here we want to add sequence we have is so total this here we have to use for loop. Okay, and to initialize we are taking the first value is 0. So for I in the range. Okay, and the range you can see here 1 comma n plus 1. Okay, because here is n plus 1. If you are taking here n equal to 100, n equal to 100, then this will be 100 plus 1, 101. But in the Python, the index values will start from 0. Okay, so when you will execute this shell, this will be from 1 to 100 only. Okay, one less will be this value. Okay, so here the total, and you know what is the meaning of this one? Plus equal I means I plus total. Total, what is the meaning of this one? The meaning is that total is equal to total plus I. Okay, so this value which we initialize, use here to initialize this loop will be used here. Okay, and the value of I will start from this one. So this will be 0 plus 1. 1 will be stored here, and so on. The next value, okay. Then after we have the value of I equal to 2, and so on. This will go up to this one. And see if we want to get the sum of 1. Control, enter. We have 1. Okay. So because there is only one dataset. If you are taking here 2, then this is 1 plus 2. Okay. If you are taking here 3, then it is 6. If you are taking here 5, if you are taking here 100, if you are taking here 1000, see the difference. If you will increase one more 0, okay, so you can see the symmetry of the output, one more 0, and so on. Okay, so this is the sum of the sequence. How many terms are there? Okay, and all the terms, two consecutive terms have difference 1. Okay, so this is the sequence of natural number. And if you want to multiply any number, you can see there is one more example. Okay, multiply A and B. So this is the product of two number. We can take more numbers, 2 numbers, 3 numbers, 4 numbers. We can extend according to our need. So according to that, we can write this type of the function. So these are the examples so that we can have some idea how we can write the user-defined function, and then after later on how we can use it. Okay, so these are some few examples to write your user-defined function. Then after we have one more interesting, that is lambda function. What is can you define about a lambda function, or what is anonymous function? Anyone, please? Okay, so actually this is the very simplest function. Okay, one line code is there, and we are not required to write the function, just in a single line by using this lambda and taking the variable, and we can write and we can have the output in the next line. See here, this is the lambda, this is the lambda, and this is very useful. Okay, suppose that you want to add two number, then we will choose two variable. Okay, x comma y, then column, and after that you can see this is x plus y. Okay, or simply you can write in this way also. Okay, x plus y. This is the addition of these two variable. Okay, and we store this lambda function in this variable. After that, this is the function name. Okay, we can call this function to apply the operation. Okay, so here these are the values of x and y which we are using here. So this is the only one single line code, and we can use it. Okay, control and enter. You can take here 55, and here is 53. Okay, you can make it more complex. Suppose that we have at this place like we can use here. The meaning is that x plus y whole square. We have this value. You can again divide it by 45. Okay, so you can extend, you can make it more complex according to your need, how you want to use it. Okay, just like you can have the this the square. Okay, I will do this one because we are taking the example for addition only. Okay, control and enter. Here is the square. Okay, square of and you can see the difference between the above user-defined function and the lambda function. Okay, this is very simple to use. This is the x square. So any value, and you can see one variable and x square. Then we store in this variable. This is the now function name. Okay, we call this function name here, and this is the use how we can use it. Square 25. So if you will give the input 25, we can have 6 to 5. Okay, here is also, you can see one more example here, addition of three numbers. Okay, lambda is equal to, lambda we are choosing three variable. You can apply any type of the operation here. A comma, A plus B plus C. This is the addition of these three number. Okay, control, enter. Similarly, you can use with map function. This is also one more example here, how you can use the lambda function whenever you need for any list of your data set. Okay. See, these are the numbers. Okay. And we store in this variable. After that, actually, this is the list. Okay. So we want to find out the square of each value. 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, and so on. You can find out the cube of each value. Okay, cube of nums means the cube of each value. So we use here map function along with the lambda. Okay, so see this part. Okay, so first we need to get the square of the values. Okay, we are getting square. So this is the lambda function, one variable x and x square. So this is the use of lambda. But we want to use this lambda function for all the values which are inside nums. So we will call here this variable with the help of map function. Okay. So this lambda function, the x input will be mapped with each input from this string. Okay, one by one. Okay, and the output will be in the format of list because we have the outputs just like 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square and so on. Okay, that is again we have the list. So we are using list and output will be also in the form of list by using lambda function and map function. Both are we are using here. So when you will execute, see. Okay, so this is the square of each number. If you want to use a cube, only I need to replace this value. If you want to find out the raised to power 4, if you want to find out the raised to power 5, so anything you can do. Okay, simply it is square. Sometimes if you need to find out the square root, then you can take 0.5. This is the square root of each number. Okay, if you need 0.5 means square root, power 1 by 2. If you need 1 by 3, you can use here cube root. For cube root, what you will do? 1 by 3. This is the cube root of each value. Okay, and this is the fourth root. Okay, and this is the use of all this. Where we are. Okay, this has been discussed. Now, okay, Yes, so we are here. This number. Okay, so in this way, you can use this map function and lambda function. Many applications are good and simple to use. Then we have the filter. Okay, we can use the filter function just like we can have. This is the list of the numbers, and we want to get the even number. Okay, even number will be those which are divisible by 2. Okay, for that remainder must be 0. So this is the lambda function. You can see. Okay, so when we will divide x by 2, remainder must be equal to 0. Only then we can say the number is even number. Okay, and numbers we are taking from this one. In the place of map, we are using here filter because we are not required all the values. We need only those values which are divisible by 2. And the values which are even will be again we have in the form of list. Okay. So this is the list function again. And when you will execute, you can see only these numbers are even. 12, 2, 30, 40, and the other are odd number. Okay. 5, 7, 9. All these three are odd number. Got it? And here we have the example of a recursive function, just like the factorial. Okay. So factorial means you can see the factorial 5 will be equal to 5 product 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And we can write this function very easily by using Python. See, this is the way. Definition, name of the function factorial, n. If n is equal to 1, if the input is 1, return 1. Okay. If n not equal to 1, just like a 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, then what? We need see this syntax carefully. Return n product factorial n minus 1. Okay. Suppose that we have n is equal to 2, n equal to 2. Okay. So here the value is 2 and n minus 2 is 1 and the value of 1 we have is 1. So this will be 2 into 1. Okay. So again, when you take n equal to 3, okay. So here will be 3 and the factorial of n minus 1 means 3 minus 1 is 2. So the factorial 2 we have already. So we are required to multiply with 3 only. So in this way, this will work. Okay, you got the idea how this will work here? And see, we are starting from 1. Okay, control and enter. So when you will enter, because when n value of n is 1, then this condition is satisfied and this is the output. Okay, if n equal to we are using 2. Okay, then it is equal to because here 2 will be taken, then factorial put the value of n at this place 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 means 1. So the value which was computed for n equal to 1 is here. Okay, so this will be multiplied. Okay, so the value of factorial 2 we have is 2. Similarly, you can increase the numbers and this loop will work accordingly. Okay, so if you will take here 5, control and enter. Sorry, hey, at this place. Factorial 5. Why it is? Okay, I think.
Sir, please pass the argument.
Huh? Okay, here. Yes, now it is fine. Okay, so we can have 5. Okay, so in this way, this will work. And then you got the idea how we can use this factorial function, how we can write. So similarly, we have the generator function. Okay, you can see here the count up to 0, count up to the value which you will put here. Okay, so here I will start from 0 for initialize, and here we are using while loop. Okay, I less than or equal to n. So up to when the value will achieve until this will work. Eld I and I plus equal is equal to 1. Okay, so if we are using here count up to the function here num in 10. Okay, this is the range which we put here. So see here control and enter. This will print all the values starting from 0. Starting from 0, you can see if I am using here 5. Okay, but if you are sorry, this is 15. If we are taking here 0.5. 5. Okay, control and enter. So in this way, this is the step size. Okay, so this will goes up to when this will achieve this value. Okay, until this value, because here we are using while loop, and I think the while loop concept it is clear. In the previous file, I provide all these loop, while loop, and the other conditional statements are there. Okay, and I hope as you say that you have cleared all the concept. Okay, and here are some higher order function which you can check out all this. You can see here in the very first example, shout a text. See this example. Okay, function as an argument. So here this is the one function shout. Okay, and see return what text dot upper. Text will be in upper. Then whisper, this is the lower. Okay, then greet function we are using here, and inside function we are using hello world. Okay, so here you can see 3 functions are there, and now we are using here greet function, that is this one, and here you can see this is the another function which is this one. Okay, so what will be there? This is the input argument. So according to this return value, all the characters will be in uppercase, and for this one, all the characters will be in the lowercase. Here we are using whisper. See, control and enter. So by using first one, we have all the characters you can see in the uppercase, and by using the second one, all are in the lowercase. Okay, similarly, you can check out this example. This is the nested function. Okay, this is the outer function message, and this is the inner function, and return message, and what you will put here. Okay, so return inner function, that is this one. Okay, so here this is the use how we can use outer function. So we need to give the input only for the output outer function. Okay, for this one, this is the message. Okay, so here we write here Python is powerful. So when we will execute C, control and enter. This is the message. Okay, message is for inner function. This one. So the input for this outer function will be add along with this message. Okay, what will be the input? So message is Python is powerful. Okay, so in this way we can combine the outer function and inner function. Here is also one more example here. Definition greet name. Okay, then return f-hello. Okay, name. Okay, so here is this the another syntax which we can use here. Okay, so this name, what you will give the input will be here at this place. And then you can see we have the custom greeting. Okay, so in the custom greeting, this is the function. Okay, and name which we are using here will also add this place and return function. Okay, see how this will work. This is the function which you can see this one. Okay, greet this one. This is the greet. Okay, here we are using this one. Okay, and what is the input? Input is name. Okay, name will be string. So when you will execute control and enter, so we have hello allies. Okay, due to this one. So this name is combined at the place. Okay, so by using this syntax also we can use to combine the functions in this way. Then we have the modulus function. Okay, modulus in the function we will discuss later. Okay, we can skip this part. We can skip this part. Okay, so these are the some interesting functions or the basic fundamental about which we are required to just like user defined function, lambda function. This lambda function is highly useful. Okay, and this is the chapter 5. Chapter 5 is completely based on all type of the operations which we are required for NumPy. Okay, NumPy is a library based on numbers. Okay, for Python. So all type of the operations which are inbuilt inside the NumPy, we can use them. Okay, so we can come to directly here. So this is the way. First, we are required to import the NumPy. Okay, import NumPy is NP, but in the Jupyter notebook with the Anaconda, we are not required to install. Okay, but if you are using the VS Code, then we have to manage all the libraries. If you are using Python basic, we have to install, and then after we have to install all the libraries which we are required. Okay, but in the Jupyter, we are not required to install these libraries. And in Colab also, all the packages, modules, libraries are available in Colab. Nothing required to install. Okay. So here, this is the NumPy library, which we are using here for numbers operation, one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array. Okay. So this is the abbreviation, NumPy is NP. We use only NP. So here you can see we are creating one-dimensional array by using NP. Okay. So this is the way NP.array. And this is the parenthesis, and inside we have to put a string. This is a string from 1 to 6. You can extend according to your choice. So this string will be stored inside a variable. This is the one-dimensional array. Okay. And if we want to print, you can see this is the string, one-dimensional array, then comma, variable, which we use for this one. Okay. So when you will execute control and enter, we have the one-dimensional array. If you want to create a two-dimensional, okay, so we have np.array, two-dimensional will be array of arrays. Okay, array of arrays. See, this is the parenthesis of the function, down bracket, then this is the left bracket and right bracket you can see on the right side and left side. Inside, this is the one array, one list. Okay, so this is the list of list, sorry, to generate two-dimensional array. Okay, this is the one list having 5 element. Then comma, the meaning of this list is this is the first row. Okay, then comma, this is the second list will be second row of a two-dimensional array. Okay, this is the third list will be third row of the array. Okay, so all these will be stored inside B variable, and then we can print two-dimensional array. Okay, /n. We are using here for next line. Okay, then comma B. So the values which we are using here will be stored inside B, and we call this B variable address space, control and enter. Okay, so this is the first row, second row, third row. Okay, this is 3 by 5 order matrix. Okay, as you can see by using NumPy. Okay, so all the matrices are two-dimensional array. Okay, similarly, there are some inbuilt functions in NumPy, and by using all these inbuilt functions, we can have several type of the operations, and all these will help you for the data set. Okay, so when you have the data set, and sometime we are required to randomly generate. So all these operations will help you to understand and to integrate in your data set. Okay, see here, np dot zeros, np dot zeros. So this is the way we are creating zero matrix, zero array. So this is the np, then dot zeros. So here we will put the order of the array. Okay, so here we are using 5,4 means 5 rows and 4 column, and all the element will be 0. Control and if you are using here 2,3. Okay, 2 rows and 3 column, but 0 matrix. Okay, so here array or matrix, the same thing, because this is the two-dimensional. Or okay, and matrices are also two-dimensional. So this is the first row, and this is the second row. Similarly, once we can use here np dot ones, okay, and 3,5. So by using ones function, we have all the element 1. Okay, so here we are printing ones /n, then the variable which we use here to store the value. And when you will execute, and if you are taking here 2 by 3, okay, 2,3, so the array will be 2 by 3 order. Sorry, 3 is missing, control and okay, 2 rows and 3 column. And this is the range of numbers. Okay, arrange of numbers. Okay, so here you can see np dot arrange function is there, 0 to 10, 0 to 10. And here you can take first, we are taking here 1, control and okay, you can see range 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So the numbers of the element here are 10. Okay, 0 is included, and the difference between each consecutive number, this value is the step size or the difference between two number. If I am using here 2, then 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. If I am using here 0.5, 0.5. Okay, 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and so on. If you are using here 2, then the step size is more small. Okay, so as you will reduce the step size, we have more number of element in range. Okay, so this will help. There are so many applications, specifically when you visualize your data set or you want to manipulate the line space. Here you can see the one more function, line space. Okay. So this will help you to generate, sometimes if you wanted to create, generate any image of the data set and you want to fix the values. So here is the line space. So here the range is 0 to 1, 0 to 1, and these are the number of points between 0 to 1. Okay, so this line space will be generated. So control and enter. If I am using here 2, if I am using here 2 value, only 0 and 1 are there. Okay, so if I am using here 3, See how these are changing 0, 0.5 and 1. Okay, 3 points are there. Okay, if I'm using here 5, then total there will be 5 points. Okay, if I'm using here 10, then there will be total 10 points. Okay, starting from 0 and last one is 1. You can see 0 to 1. And all the remaining point will be between 0 to 1. So this way we can generate line space. Okay, suppose if you want to plot the graph of a sine graph. Okay, so for that you are required input value. So you have to choose the interval. So 0 to 1 is the interval and 10 is the number of the points. So how many points are required for smoothing the curve. So as much you have the large value, large number of the point, so your curve will be more smooth. Okay, then we have the array manipulation. Just like you can see, we have the np.arrange 8. 8 values are there, and this will be from 0 to 7. Okay, 0 to 7. So 8 numbers are there, and from 8 number we have number of the multiplication, just like 1 by 8, 8 by 1, 2 by 4, 4 by 2. Okay, these are the options. So this type of the reshape we can generate. And you can see x dot reshape 2 by 4. So we have the 2 by 4 array, and you can see all the values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 8 digit and 2 rows and 4 column. If you are using here 4 by 2, okay, the another option we have is 4 by 2. And third option is 1 by 8. And fourth option is 8 by 1. Okay, you guess. Okay, so in this way we can use them. But here we have 2 by 4. Okay, this is also the examples in the same way. We have these values 1, 2, and 3, 4. Reshape function. Flatten. See the flatten. In flatten, when you have any two-dimensional array, this will convert in single. Okay, just like you can see here, x is this is the x. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you will use here flatten function, here is the flatten function. Okay, so by using this flatten function, this will convert this 2 by 2 order matrix, okay, into single, one dimensional. Okay, so here is also same example. For the transpose, you can use b dot t. For the transpose, if you have any two-dimensional array and you want to take transpose, so for that we have b dot t. Okay, directly this will transpose the matrix. So this is the original matrix and this is the transpose matrix. You can see. Okay, sometimes if we are required to change the data type, okay, and many times we have to change when we get any kind of the data set, and if we are required to convert, we can do just like you can see here in the A we have the values are 1, 2, 3. Okay, and A dot as type float. Okay, A is this variable. As type which type float. Okay, so this function will convert this integral value into float value. Okay, here you can check it all this. Okay, so this is the A, this is the B, and this is the type due to this statement. Okay, similarly, you can have the same type. You can check all this, and this is the last one. Okay, all the above operations are there, b dot shape, b dot n dimension, okay, b dot data type, b dot size. So this is the b vector. So b dot shape will return 2 by 5, and this will give the dimension. This is 2 dimension, and this will give the data type integer. This will give the size. The total element are 10. Okay, by using all these. So these are the useful attributes. Sometimes if we are required, we can use directly them. And similarly, we can have the uh, element-wise arithmetic operation, element-wise multiplication, element-wise subtraction, element-wise division, and what is the difference between element-wise multiplication of 2D array and product of 2 matrices. Anyone, can you please explain what are the difference between all these and all the operations which we are discussing here on the basis of the NumPy? And you know the importance of NumPy, highly useful in data science. Okay, in data science, data frame, NumPy, Matplotlib, and CPOR. These are the core libraries which are highly useful. And without using of these 4 libraries, we can't think about data science. Okay, so all the operations which we are going to discuss somewhat anywhere will be applicable. So if all the concept which we are discussing here for the libraries, okay, and some one more file I will share with you today that is based on uh, pandas operation. Okay, so you will see and you will apply yourself. So once you will cover one library, so NumPy if you will cover, then pandas is quite easy to understand, easy to apply. So many things there you will observe similar time. Okay, only many things will be same. And when you able to read the pandas and NumPy, then there is we can easily apply for Seaborn and Matplotlib. These libraries are quite easy to understand and apply all type of the operations because the main foundations are NumPy and pandas. Okay, so these operations are very quite easy. I need to clear one concept here, that is element-wise operation. Okay, element-wise arithmetic operation. So we have 2 arrays here, A and B, both have equal length. So addition and subtraction, there is no big problem. But when we have the multiplication, we are using A product B. Okay, so this is the element wise multiplication. First element with the first, second with the second, third with third. Okay, whether it is a 1-dimensional or we can have 2-dimensional. Okay, when we have 2-dimensional array, in that case, the element wise multiplication and multiplication of the array both are different thing. So at this place we have some problem. And in the same way, in the case of the division or the inverse, sometime when we need. So this concept must be very clear. Other operations is like addition, subtraction are the same way. Okay, but we have same length only. Okay, data size or the length of the array, whether it is a 1-dimensional or 2-dimensional, size must be equal. Only then we can apply these operations for addition, subtraction. Okay, and here this is the element wise multiplication. So 1 with 4, 2 with 5, 3 with 6. Okay, so these are the values you can see here for the multiplication, and for the division A divide B. So here 1 by 4, 2 by 5, 3 by 6. Okay, so in this way, this is the element wise division, and also here is element wise exponential. So 1 square, A square means 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. You can see these values. And if you want to execute all these, we can do. And these are the universal function. Okay, np.sqrt. So this is the square root, exponential, logarithm, sine function, cosine functions. All these are inbuilt in NumPy. Okay, so this will work when you have array using NumPy. And simple to use. If you want to get the square root of all these values which are in this x vector, so you can see np.sqrt x. This will calculate the square root of all these values. If you want to get the exponential e raised to power x, okay, e raised to power 1, e raised to power 4, e raised to power 9, e raised to power 16. This will calculate all these values. Similarly for the log function, sine function, and sine function. Okay, so all these are inbuilt function in NumPy. So we are assessing all these functions from NumPy. And these are some aggregate functions, just like sum of the data. Okay, we have this is the data is equal to, you can see. So all the operations which you will discuss here highly useful for the data frame as well. And when you have some data set in your CSV file, Excel file, or it can be in text or JSON file. So all these operations which you are observing here, we can directly use in those data set also with the help of pandas. Okay. So here you can see np.sum. This will do the sum of all these values. Mean, this will calculate the mean of the data. Okay, data means all these values which we store here. Median, then standard deviation, maximum value, and minimum value. So these are the some aggregate functions which we are required time to time. Okay, for any kind of a data set, whatever we have, we need to understand the entire data set. As I shared one file yesterday, and I hope that you have completed, but still we are required to complete it. Okay, there will be can be some doubts or questions. Okay, so here you can see the application of all this. Okay, so to save the time, I have already prepared the file so that we can cover all this content in the minimum time. And how we can write the file, I have explained all these things in the very first lecture. Is there any doubt, please? Please let me know if you have any doubt. I think these content are quite easy to discuss and to understand. Ish Mohammed, is there any question, please? Okay. So here are the axis-based operation. Okay, and we need to understand, because when we have the data set. Yeah, Ish Mohammed, do you have any question? Okay, so here you can see this is the array. See carefully, and this is two-dimensional. We store here inside data. So here we will print the data. Okay, then we have two type of the operations. One is row-wise, and second is column-wise. Okay, so if you need some row-wise means sum of these values and sum of these values. Okay, this is the row-wise operation. Okay, how we can do np.sum data. Okay, that is here. Then axis is equal to 1. If you are using axis equal to 1, it means we are doing the operation row-wise. Okay, here the function can be, we have anyone, just like we can have mean, we can have median, we can have STD. Okay, we can have covariance, any function we can have, but this will work for row-wise. Okay, and for that, if you need, we need to apply column-wise vertical. For that, we have to use here axis is equal to 0. So this will work column-wise, like in this way: mean of 1 and 4, mean of 2 and 5, mean of 3 and 6. Okay, mean of 1 and 4 is 2.5, mean of 2 plus 5 is 3.5, mean of 3 plus 6 we have is 4.5. And row-wise sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6, and sum of 4, 5, 6 is 15. You can see here. Okay, so according to this one, how we can apply row-wise operation, how we can apply column-wise operation. Okay, these are core concept of the application. Then we have the matrices operation using NumPy. Okay, so the matrices, if you want to create matrices, so we have the same thing, np.array. Okay, this is the two-dimensional array. We have matrix. Okay, 2 by 2 order. This is the one list and this is the other list. And list of list we have two-dimensional array. Okay, and you can see this is the way how we can write the matrix. And for the matrices, we have some more functions are there. We need identity matrix, we need zero matrix, okay, we need diagonal matrix. So by using all these functions from NumPy, we can create. Just like if you need identity function, identity matrix. Okay, so here np.I, this I function. So this will create identity matrix. This is the order of the matrix. If you are using a 2, this will be 2 by 2 order identity matrix. If you are using here 4, then it will be 4 by 4 identity matrix. If you are using 3, then it will be 3 by 3 order identity matrix. And similarly, we can have np zeros, and this is the order. The same example we discussed above. And once this does, so again, we have the same example. Here are the some basic matrix operations. Okay, so this is the A matrix, then we have the B matrix, and here A plus B, and then A minus B. This is the important for us. Okay, so first I need to execute this one. Then I have the addition of A plus B. This is the subtraction of A minus B. Okay, quite easy. But here we have now two matrices. See now, if you are using A product B, this is element-wise multiplication, and the order of both the matrix must be equal. Okay, but if you need matrix multiplication, then there are two choices, two ways. One is you will use this part, A at the rate B. This is the multiplication of two matrices. Or you can use A dot B. A dot B. Okay, so this is the matrix multiplication of A with the B, matrix multiplication of A with the B. Okay, so there is difference between this operation and this operation. But here, these two operations which you can see, for the matrix multiplication, you can use one of them. Okay, control and enter. So here you can see the difference when you are using this. This is the element wise multiplication, but here this is the matrix multiplication. Okay, first row, first column, second row, first column, okay, and so on. First row, first column, first row, second column, second row, first column, second row, second column. Okay, in this way. So, but here you can see by using this expression or by using this expression, we have same value. This is the matrix multiplication. Transpose we have already discussed. A dot T. This is the transpose of the matrix. Okay, then we can have scalar multiplication. So in the case of scalar multiplication will be, so all the element will be multiplied with 2. 2 is a scalar value. Okay. And A is any matrix. Ash Muhammad. Okay. Where is? Okay. Yes. So here you can see this is the way, and all the element, okay, will be multiplied with 2. Here is 3, 6, 9. Okay. See the matrix, where is A? If I will execute, control and enter. This is the A transpose, then yes, you can see 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, all the values, all the elements are multiplied with 2. Okay, and to get the inverse matrix, we have suppose that we have this matrix, and if you want to get the inverse matrix, okay, so we have np dot linear algebra. This is the linear algebra in NumPy. So there are two types of operations. Inverse. To get the inverse, we use np.linear-algebra.inverse A. This will calculate the inverse matrix of A. If you want to calculate a determinant, okay, so there is determinant function in linear algebra, okay, np.linear-algebra.det. Okay, so this will calculate the determinant. So you know the linear algebra play very important role in data science. Okay, so these are the some functions which we are taking from linear algebra. And here is the verification. A into A inverse will be identity matrix. Okay, so here you can see this is the A matrix and this is the A inverse. So when you will do, this will be equal to identity matrix, you can see. Okay, and if you need to compute eigenvalues and eigenvector, okay, these are also very highly useful in data science. But if you need to calculate, you are required to find out the values of eigenvalues and eigenvector, how we can do. Okay, first we are talking about how we can calculate all these values. Then in the coming session, we will talk about how we can use these functions, operations, eigenvalues, eigenvectors for data science purpose. Okay, so if you need to calculate the eigenvalues and eigenvector, so you see here, because the operation we have is one, np.linear algebra, and from the linear algebra we are using I function. So this I function will compute two values. One is the eigenvalues, and second one we have is the eigenvector. But all these will be stored after computing in this side two variables, but we are required to print these values. For that we have to use print function. So the eigenvalues in the next line, the same variable, and for the eigenvector next line, these are the eigenvector. So when you will execute control and enter, you can see, okay, this is the first eigenvalue, this is the second eigenvalue. This is the first eigenvector, this is the second eigenvector. Okay, so both are there. Got the idea? Sometimes we are required to assess one element from array, okay, or any vector. Sometimes we need some matrix of the arrays, two-dimensional. Slicing are there. So these operations are also highly useful for data science, because when we have very large data set, okay, and if sometimes we want to replace any value in our data set, we can assess the value, we can replace, we can check all these values. And if sometimes we need some matrix, sub matrix means subset of the data set, we have to apply filters. Okay, so these operations which we are going to discuss right now are again very useful. Okay, so here you can see this is the array. There are some element you can see. So as I told you in the very beginning, the index in Python starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 0 means first element, 1 means second, 2 means third, 3 means fourth element. Okay, and see the difference between these two, where the example I given at this place. So A0 will assess the first element. Okay, A0 means first element. 0 is the index. A is the vector. A is the vector, and 0 is the index of the value of these. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, if I am using here 2, third value. If I am using here 3, this is the fourth value. If I am using here -3, If I'm using here -3, third value from last. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Keep in mind there is difference if you are using left to right. Left to right we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are using right to left, okay. So -1 means -1 means last one, last first value, last value. Okay, starting from this one. -2 means second last value. -3 means third last value. Okay, and -4 means last fourth value. See the difference. Okay, and if you are using here 4 only, error, because fourth index does not exist. There are only 3 index. Okay, 3 means fourth value. So this is the way how we can assess the value, assess the element. This is the one dimensional. So here I talk about positive and negative both. And here I'm using this statement. I copy and paste here. If you are using -3, -3 means if I will execute control and enter. So this is 20. And if I'm using here 0, then 10. Okay. So when you will get this file, you can understand. See now, this is the 2-dimensional. Okay, these are the 2-dimensional. So when you will print this matrix, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this way. Now, what is the meaning of 0, 0? 0 means first row, and second 0 means first column. Okay, so this will assess the element from first row, first column. I comment this one. Okay, 0, 0 means first row and first column. This element 1. If I am using here 1, control and enter. Okay, 1 means second column. Column change, row same. If I am using here 2, then third column. Okay, first row, but third column. If I am using here 1, it means second row. Second row, third element. Okay. If I am using here 0, then okay. Second row, first column. Okay, so in this way, these are working. We can assess the element, control and enter. Now we have the slice element. Okay, so here we have the example of slice. So this is the A. A is A array. Okay, A array is this one. Okay, suppose that you need these all values, or you need these all values. You need this to this one. So this is the slicing. This is the slicing. Okay, see here the example 1, 2, 3. 1 column 3. A element, the value is 1, 2, 3. Okay, see what this will return. Control and enter. See the A vector. Okay, A vector is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am using here 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So 3 means n plus 1. 3 means 2 plus 1. Okay, so only second. Note this point very carefully. Okay, if you can print here A also, print, so that you can have better understanding. Print A also here. Now check it. So this is the A vector. Okay, and from A we are using this slice 1 column 3. 1 means the second element. up to 3. Okay, okay, so this will go up to this value. The meaning of this 3 is n plus 1. Okay, n plus 1 means 2 plus 1. So one less will be there, only up to this element. Okay, actually the meaning of this is 1 to 2. Okay, one element, second element. If you are using here 4, control and one less. Yes, so these values. Okay, if you are starting from 0 and 3. So by manipulating all these, see the output, check the output, verify the output, and compare the output. Okay, how these values, when you are entering, how they are behave. So the behavior of these operations are to understand very essential. And see what is the meaning of this operation when you will use. This column means all the values, all the row. This is the column. Okay, second column, but all the rows. See, we have matrix A. Okay, we have matrix A. So I can print here A matrix, print A, control N. Okay, print A is not work. Okay, I use your P in uppercase. See now, this is A. Now, what we are doing here, column 2. 2 means third column. 2 means third column. But all the rows. This is the third column. But all the rows. Okay. And similarly, this is the second row, but all the column. Okay, but all the column. So before comma, we have these are representing row. After the comma, for column. Okay. So this is the submatrix. This is the submatrix. Okay. Submatrix of the matrix. So if you are using this is the matrix. Okay. There are only 2 rows and 3 columns. So when I will use this one. So see here, I have 0 to 0 column. Sorry, 0 means first row, and 2 means 1 less. Okay, 2 means 1 less. So the index is 1. So second row. Okay, and on other side, see this value very carefully. Okay, what do we assess by using this operation? See the last one. See these values from this one. Okay, 0 to 2. Column, this is for column. Okay, 0 means first, and 2 means 1 less. 1 index means second column. Okay, so from this highlighted, we have 1, 2, 4, 5. So this is the sub matrix. Similarly, you can manipulate this because the matrix which we are using here is in very small size. So when we have the very large matrix, 10 by 10 or 5 by 6 order. So when you need 2 by 3, 3 by 2, any order sub matrix. Okay, so you can use these slices. We can manipulate. So the concept of the use of slices must be very clear. Okay, so we are giving the range from which place to which place. So here are the some Boolean index we can use also, just like you can see in this example. We have A matrix, and here all the element in A which are greater than and equal to 3. Which are greater than and equal to 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. These are the element. So when I will execute, I have only 3, 3, 4, 5. This is the A matrix. And from this, we have only those elements which are greater than and equal to 3. 3, 3, 4, 5. If I am using here less than and equal to 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay. So in this way, you can apply these operations also. These are some applications are there. So this part you can do yourself for the data analysis and static. You can see the example, mean, standard deviation, machine learning purpose. So you will go through. These are the application part where we can use. And here is the example to solve the system of the equations. Whenever we have this type of the problem, we can use it. Okay. So this is for yourself. Okay. The file is complete. So these two files which we have covered today also I will share with you. And now the time is about 9:35. Okay, but there are some two files more which I will share with you. But if it is required, we will discuss in the coming session by tomorrow. So these are the, you can see statistical one. Okay. So all the basic concept which we are required to understand. Okay, and many things when you will go through about this cheat sheet which I have prepared for you. You should go through all these detail, and the doubts which will be there we will discuss in the coming session by tomorrow. Okay, but you must cover this file so that we can accelerate now. So almost all the fundamentals specifically for Python. Okay, only for one session more. Okay, I not required one more session. I need only 30 minutes because I need to cover only uh, pandas library. Okay, then after we can accelerate our all the sessions, and so that we can apply directly all type of the statistical thinking to for the data science, for the machine learning and AI. Okay, so in the coming session by tomorrow also we have some more attention about the library, that is pandas operation. Okay, so the other two libraries, Seaborn and Matplotlib by plot. These we can use parallelly. There's no big problem. Okay, so the concept mainly which are related to pandas and NumPy. These are very, very essential to discuss. So this is all about the today's session. If you have any question, please, dear participant, you can unmute your mic now and ask your queries. Yes, dear participant, any question? Any issue, any problem?
No, sir. Thank you. Clear.
Hello.
No question?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, I just want to inform you that last time I had issues last 2 days, but now it is solved. I can be able to run the program. I uninstall the and
Okay,
I reinstalled
great.
the, so it is working now. It is working well.
You, okay, you reinstall the Panda, this Anaconda.
Yes, Anaconda, yes.
Okay. So you spend a lot
It's,
of time to reinstall this one.
yeah, it doesn't take a long time. I just follow
Yeah.
your instruction
So
by
actually, the thing
uninstalling
is when
after.
the problem was when you uninstall the Anaconda, because some packages are available in your directory. That's why the issue has been created, and it will took a long time. If you will delete all this, and then you can easily install,
Okay,
reinstall.
yes. Yes.
Okay. So, okay, you have resolved your problem, and the
Yes.
missing session, the recording we have, I will share with you. The content
Okay.
are available in the WhatsApp group. Once again, I will share with you.
Yes.
Okay, you missed one
Yes.
lecture,
Okay.
right?
No, I did not miss.
Okay, it's fine. So if you
Yes, I
there is
attended
any issue
all the
or
lectures.
Okay, okay.
yesterday
Thank you.
and today.
Thank you. Thank you. Great. So, dear participants, this is all about the today's session, and the files which I have some more, I will share with you. Just you are required to go through the information. Simple, but we have to recapitulate all the information. Okay, so that whenever we need to discuss or use, this will help you. So the fundamental must be very clear. And if there will be doubt related to this file, which I will share with you, we can discuss in the coming sessions. Okay, so you can find all this content in your WhatsApp group. Thank you and good night. We will resume the session tomorrow at the same time.
Thank you. Good night.